banana walnut pancakes. So let's make it a fork. Not my kitchen, I forgot where the forks are. Okay. All right, let's try this sucker. Best pancakes. Walnut banana, banana walnut. Yeah, it's been an interesting year. I've also been thinking a lot about, I've been thinking a lot about minimalism. So I consider myself a minimalist, and as I'm sitting here house sitting at my brother's house, his home is beautiful, but they have all of the luxuries and comforts that I think a lot of us desire to have. And I've chosen in my life to have a lot more minimalism. So like, I rarely invite anyone over to my apartment because I don't have furniture really. I have, my living room is my studio, and then I have a desk where I do my work, and I have a bed that I sleep on, and 2 bar stools at my kitchen counter where I eat food. That's it. So literally a desk for work, a bed to sleep on, and 2 bar stools to eat on. Oh, and I have a chair in my bedroom in case I don't want to sit on the bed. That is pretty much what I have. And the reason I have intentionally chosen minimalism, because I could go buy furniture if I wanted to, is because stuff stresses me out. Like, to me, stuff equals stress. I don't know why. It's like I like big open spaces. I want to be able to at any moment to spin around in my living room if I want to and not bump into something. I want to be able to create a studio setup, create a photo shoot if I want to. Oh, I also have a papasan chair. I love my papasan chair. So if I ever decide that I want to like watch a movie or something, then I sit in my papasan chair because that's comfortable. But yeah, so I've chosen the minimalist lifestyle because not only does stuff equal stress for me, but I also like the idea that at any moment, if I decide I want to move from LA or I want to move to a different apartment, it's not that big of a deal for me. It's like I could literally pack up my stuff in one weekend, unpack it in another place, and it would really just not be that stressful. I think when you have stuff, to me that equals like solidly planting roots. Because like my brother, his home is gorgeous, but the amount of work and effort it would take for them to move is immense. Like, it would be a lot of work. You know, just because they have like the beautiful kitchen table, the beautiful couch, like just really like nice comforts. So for anyone who wants to do minimalism, I have a few kind of general rules that I go by. So for me, one of my general rules is anytime you buy something, you need to get rid of something. So I don't buy something unless I know I can get rid of something. For example, I've been thinking about upgrading my camera body to a new camera body. To do that, I know for me, I need to go through all my camera gear and be like, what's old and what needs to go? So like I have a lens that I don't really like that much, so I would get rid of that lens and add on the new camera body. If I were going to buy an article of clothing, let's say I wanted to like buy a new sweater, I would then go through my closet and start like a little bag on the side of my closet and be like, okay, this sweater is going into the Salvation Army bag type of thing. Like, it's going to be donated or sold if it's really nice. So that's kind of one general rule, is for every one thing that you buy, get rid of one thing. And then also think, when you're going to buy something, do I want this or do I need this? And if it's in the want category, really sit with, not only do I want this, but everything in life is yin and yang. You know, there's a plus and a minus to everything. So while there may be a plus to having this particular item, what's the minus? Is it going to require more maintenance? Isn't it a technical item that's going to bear down or break down and potentially cause stress in the future? Is it going to reduce money in your bank account? And the negative impact of buying that thing is that it would actually be better to have money in your bank account for emergency situations. So if you want it, really think before buying it, what are the pros of purchasing this item and what are the cons of purchasing this item? Like, what areas of stress is it going to cause in my life for me to have this item? That's if it's a want. If it's a need in your life, then identify, why is it that I need this? So don't just, yes, I need this, it's why do I need this? Sometimes it might be, oh, I need this just for a day or just for a moment. Okay, well, if that's the case, is it something you can rent or is it something you can borrow from someone? Do you really need it? Because if it's a one-time need or like a once or twice need, then it's going to become stress, because it's going to be piling up in your closet or piling up somewhere in your house or apartment, and it's going to just look like stuff that you don't need. So just for me, the general rules are stuff equals stress, and you want to minimize the stress in your life, so you want to minimize the stuff in your life. So the questions when you're going to buy something is, do I want it? And if you do want it, what are the pros and cons of getting it? And if I need it, is it something that I need long term, or is it something that I need momentarily? So if it's something you need momentarily, try to buy it or try to rent it, or can you just return it afterwards? Can you buy it and then return it? Don't buy it and then let it sit at your place, because that's going to equal stress. So yeah, I feel like for minimalism, there are a few different reasons people do minimalism. One, there's me, which stuff equals stress. Two, there's the people, it's a budget thing where it's like, well, you know, I don't really financially have the means to have a lot of stuff, or my priorities are to save for financial security or retirement. And then the third kind of person who does minimalism is because you want to reduce your impact. So really there are three benefits to minimalism, and everyone kind of has their core reason they do it. I like that it reduces my impact. That's a nice bonus for me. I like that it allows me to save money, so it makes me feel more financially secure because I'm not like kind of recklessly spending. I never go to a store and just think, ooh, that's cute, I want it, and throw it in my bag. No. That's not the life I live. If I'm at a store and I think, ooh, that's cute, I think, is there something in my closet I can get rid of? And if I'm happy with everything in my closet and I don't want to get rid of anything, then I can't buy it. So, you know, I also think, like, when I'm getting dressed in the morning, I look in my closet and I want every single thing in my closet to be easy to sift through, so that I'm not like, there's not like a pile of clothes in there that you're choosing from. You want to have like 3 to 4 core sweaters, you know, 2 to 3 pairs of jeans, 3 to 4 dresses. You know, you've got the classic black dress, you've got the white summer dress, you've got the fun outfit, and then you've got the more sophisticated, serious one. I mean, I have more than that when it comes to dresses, but like, try to not have 50 dresses. That's ridiculous. Shoes, I think I have 3 pairs of shoes right now. Literally, I have sandals. I have shoes that I wear when I'm doing photo shoots, and then I have hiking shoes. I also have street sneakers. Okay, so I have 4 pairs of shoes. Belts, I have 1 belt. And then tank tops and t-shirts, I do have more than just like 1 or 2, because when I'm creating art and getting messy, I want to have some that I can throw away when I'm done. So I do collect those a little bit. But yeah, so if you're wanting to give minimalism a try, stop and think about what your core reason is. Is it to reduce stress? Is it to minimize the impact on your budget, or is it to minimize your impact on the planet? Not just the planet, but like, the less stuff you need, the less productivity that needs to happen for people to be able to create that stuff. The less productivity that needs to happen, the less companies are pushing on workers to be productive, work those long hours, because people don't need as much stuff. There are so many benefits to being a minimalist. So I love minimalism. If you are thinking about going down that path, pick your core reason as to why, and stick to the general rule of, for every one thing I buy, I got to get rid of one thing, and always ask why you want to buy. Why do I want to buy? Stuff equals stress. A few key points there. So yeah, that was kind of what I was thinking about today. I was thinking about like how comfortable and luxurious it is to be house sitting at my brother's place, and I was thinking about how I'm going home to my apartment that doesn't have very much stuff, and it's definitely a yin and yang scenario. It is so luxurious and comfortable to like lounge on a beautiful couch and have, you know, all the pillows and fluffiness and all that stuff. But I also, my space being so open and big makes me feel very creative, because my studio / living room to me is an open blank canvas, and every day, because it's empty, I can think, oh, what do I want to create in here today? Because there's nothing in there other than my supplies to create. So yeah, so I'm pretty much done house sitting. I'm gonna head back home, and yeah, before I head back home, I'm gonna pick some oranges. Another luxury he has is an orange tree, and that orange tree has like hundreds of oranges dying to be picked. So we're gonna go pick some oranges before I head back home. Yeah, it's been a nice house visit. Before I head back, yeah, you can also walk to the beach from my brother's place. He's living the good life. When you're out in nature, ground to the earth, and that will help reduce inflammation and allow the energy to fully flow through you. So you'll be amazed. I think that's why people love the beach. You go to the beach and you take off your shoes, but rarely do you go to the mountains and take off your shoes. So yeah, ground to the earth. My feet are all dirty from going in the water. But man, I really am starting to understand the whole like beach thing. It is really nice. I think it's really nice when you live in close proximity to the beach. It's not a big deal to get to the beach. You don't have to deal with like parking and tons of people. You're just in a little small beach town where like, oh man, this is relaxing. This is so much more relaxing than my life in the big city. It's kind of just what I needed over the holiday break, relaxing. It's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. And so there's something about the tides rolling in and like just thinking about how small we are compared to the whole world. It makes like all of your problems that seem like such big problems like so much smaller. There's a whole ocean out there. I always think about how in the ocean there's literally an entire world that we don't understand. Yeah, there's biologists and marine biologists, but like we can't begin to understand the complexity of the relationships amongst the different wildlife that are in the ocean. Like, it's just crazy. Underneath the surface, there's a whole world. There's families, there's relationships, there's dangers and excitement and just a whole world underneath there. I want this kind of relaxation to last forever. I don't want to go back to stress. But that's life, right? All right, let's look at the ocean before we go. One last bit of enjoyment before we head back. It's gonna get dark soon. I feel like clouds are like paintings in the sky. Like literally for the last 6 months, when I see cool clouds out my window, I go outside and photograph them. Because they're like paintings. They're so like underappreciated. They're wispy and dramatic and beautiful and light and fluffy, and they're like all the emotions you can have in the sky. So we are back from my brother's place and in my living room now. So you can kind of see what I was referring to when I was saying that I don't have much furniture. As you can see, I really don't. I pretty much, sorry, my hair is a little poofy and crazy. I pretty much have the space set up so that anytime inspiration strikes, I have a creative space to work. So I feel like if I put a couch in here, I would just sit down on the couch and like watch TV and be lazy. So I feel like the way you set up your place kind of determines the life you're gonna lead. So I intentionally have this space set up as a creative space, kind of like as a creative studio space. So I did get inspired when I was at my brother's by how well he decorated. So his place is gorgeous and my place is very much like a blank canvas. But I was thinking that I'm gonna try for like a month or so and see if I have a few more decorations, if I find it even more inspiring to create. And because this is a trial thing, I didn't want to spend like too much money or like go into like a huge investment of decorating. So we're gonna go the inexpensive route of trying out decorating here. And I got from Amazon some wall decals. So we are gonna put some wall decals on my wall and see kind of, I don't know, how I feel about having some decorations in here. I might only have them up for a month and then hate it. I don't know, we'll see. I honestly picked these out from a section that says the decals are for a nursery, but I love them because they're forest decals. So I love nature. I consider myself kind of a mountain person. I love being amongst the trees. I grew up in Portland, Oregon. We moved there when I was 10. So I get all warm and fuzzy on the inside when I'm like amongst the trees. So we're gonna put a little forest on the wall and see if it creates even more inspiration. So we'll see. love it. I think that it is adorable. They're clearly stickers. Like, I feel like high quality wall decals go right up to the edge of the decal, and this one has kind of clear plastic all around it. They're made for like a kid's nursery, but I absolutely love it. I feel like it brings out the innocent kid in me and makes me want to be even more creative. So I don't know how long I'm going to keep these up. The nice thing is that they peel off without damaging the wall. It's like super easy to peel them off. So I think they're super cute. Makes me feel like I'm in like a little like fairy tale forest land, which is probably going to make me even more creative. So I'm really excited to see what I can create with this inspiration on my wall. And yay, I now have a forest in my little studio space. So, yep. Yay, super cute.